Well, good afternoon, everybody. Brian Martin with you on the wide, wide world of tabletop sports. And tonight we have a brand new creation by yours truly. It's been posted at the Sports Board Games Facebook page under Files. It is a brand new game based on the movie Rollerball. Not the first time this has ever been done. Chris Rohan did a version 1 and version 2 of the game, about 10 or so years ago. This is 2024 as we speak, maybe even a little further away than 10 years ago. And I'd watched the movie recently over the Christmas and Thanksgiving holiday and was like, I'd like to give a shot at that. So no disrespect to Chris, and I did not even look at his game before putting this together, but I threw this together, and the math is pretty sound, and play tested a few things just to make sure they work the way I wanted them to. The game hasn't been fully play tested, and it's being offered free of charge, so for most people, if they find they don't like it, so be it. So what we have is individual player cards. We've got Houston playing Tokyo. This is a rematch of the semifinal game. And we're going to do this in little bits and pieces here. Most of the action comes off the game charts. 3 ways you can play the game. You can play under the normal rules, which is the rules that are in play in the very first match in the movie against Madrid. You can go to the no penalty rules, which is the rules that were played in the Tokyo match, or you can go to no rules, which is the unlimited, the no substitutions, no time limit, no penalties rules that were in force in the New York game at the end of the year. There's also an attack matrix and charts that determine who catches the ball and who gets attacked, injuries and such. And we won't show you the charts as we go. We'll refer to them from time to time. All you need here is 2d10. You don't need 2. You certainly can use 1, but sometimes you need 2. So I always roll 2. And I don't know if you can see them here on off camera. They're yellow and green. The yellow will always be the primary die. The green will be the one that is if I need it. These markers here indicate that I have set the game up with bikers 1 and 2 towing the skaters in directly and behind them. You can tow only the skater directly behind you. So, and you have to mark it. If you're not towed, it means that the biker can't add his bike rating, which is his little rating right here, to your defense when you are attacked. If you have a biker with you, the biker helps you defend the attack better. If you have a biker with you, it also helps your attack. So it can be beneficial in both ways. The match starts off by firing the ball. And I just happen to roll green die 5. The ball fired has a value of 11. Now we roll again to see who has the advantage. 1 to 6 home, 7 to 10 away. It's a 9, so Houston gets the first shot at it. And the catcher will be the C1 position, which is here. You can see underneath here it says C1 and C2. A little symbology here to make sure you put a catcher's play in there. So C1 is the catcher. We then take his catch rating of 2 and add 10 to get 12. 12 is greater than or equal to the ball fired, and so Houston has the ball. And I've got to find my little ball marker here. I had one, then I lost it. Here we go. It's this one here. Ball marker. As soon as the catcher catches the ball, he has to pass it, and there are arrows on here that show how passes go. He passes immediately to the player in the S3 box. So this goes B1, B2, B3, S1, S2, S3, S4, S5, C1, C2 for the positions. Bikers can never have the ball, nor can catchers other than catching it. Bikers cannot score. Bikers cannot pass. Catchers cannot score. And the only pass that they can make is across here. So now we roll. Now we have Houston has the ball. We're now going to move 1 time down because we got to roll for an action. We moved the time after the action. So now we're going to figure out what the action is. It's a 7. It's an attack action. So we move the time marker 1. So this is the first minute of play. It's an attack action, which means that the team on defense, Tokyo, is going to attack Houston. This is where 2 dice come in because there's an attack chart over here. So Tokyo's Biker 3 is going to attack, as it turns out I rolled double threes, it's going to attack Houston's Biker 3. Now, the towing only helps the player being towed, not the biker himself. So even if the attack had gone to the bikers, this doesn't help them because they don't have a bike rating. They can just have to sit back and relax. So 3 against 3. So Tokyo's biker has an 8 attack. Houston's biker has a 3 defense. There's an attack matrix, which is basically offense minus attack minus defense. So the rating is 5. Tokyo needs to roll a 5 or less to successfully attack Houston, and a 6 or more, Houston wins the attack. And the roll is a 2. Tokyo wins the attack. So now, in an attack, in a normal game or a no penalties game, the attacker never takes damage. But if this were an all-out, no rules game, the attacker always takes 1 damage when they hit somebody. In this case, it's a normal game, no damage there. So the damage now is going to be this hit value. The 2 hit values, which are both +0, are added together to get to a dice roll modifier for the attack. So it's 0, so we roll a d10. The attack is 9. It's at 1 injury point. So Biker 3 takes 1 injury point. Let's see if I can swirl the camera down here. See, right here, Biker 3 for Houston has now moved 1 point closer. This is a black and white. Everybody starts here. First danger point goes to a green dot. When he goes to a yellow dot, he can be substituted. When he goes to a red dot, he can be substituted. And if he goes off the chart to either 4, 5, or 6, which we don't have on the chart, he'll be injured now in the game or killed. So already Biker 3 with a damage. Now, Houston did not score, so they're going to go to lap number 2. They keep the ball. If a player has the ball and is attacked and loses, he goes to the track, the ball is declared dead, we start with a new refire. But in this case, no, we're going to roll again. At the end of the turn, so the end, I've resolved everything. Before we go to the next turn, whether that's to restart the game or to go to the next action, you can substitute anybody on the board. Or if places are empty, you can move people around to fill the empty spots. So let's say, for example, Tokyo, this skater had gone off, say, for a penalty. Well, there's an empty spot there, and that's the primary scoring person. So you may want to move this guy here. Let the biker bike by himself, because you need somebody in. This is the primary scoring spot. This is the secondary scoring spot, and this is the third scoring spot. So you can do that. If the stacks are all full, the only thing you can do is substitute. You cannot shift people around, but you can shift people around between the periods. 3 periods, 20 minutes each. So we go to action number 2. We roll for the action, and as soon as we know what the action is, it's another attack action. We move the timer down. That's the only time the timer moves, is when you roll for an action. The ball shooting doesn't do it, the shot on goal, anything else. Everything has occurred to happen in the span of 1 minute. So another attack action. So again, Tokyo doesn't have the ball, defense, attacking. So this time it's going to be an attack by Tokyo's Skater 5, which is this guy, against Houston's Biker 2. So he's attacking the biker only. The skating, the towing only helps the guys being towed. So the attack is 9 versus a defense of 4. The biker's bike rating is already built in, so the biker doesn't get that additional +1. So that only helps when there's a skater. So 9 against 4. Again, the roll is 5. We roll the die. The roll is 3. Tokyo makes another successful attack. His hit number is +1. His hit number is +2. So +1 minus +2. Is that how it works? Yeah, I think so. Hang on a second. Yeah, his +1 minus his +2 Oh, sorry. His +1 and his -2. It's the red cross symbol. So a -1 on this roll. Sorry about that. So the roll is a 3, 2. It's a 1-point damage on biker number 2. We move his thing over and we go to the third action now for the time. Now this is lap number 3. Houston has to score on this or else the ball will be declared dead and we'll start with another ball fired. This time it's a 4. It's another attack action. Move the thing down, and so what's going to happen is at the end of this minute, Houston will not have scored, and the ball will be declared dead, but the attack happens anyway. It's Skater 2, that's this guy, going up against Biker 3. So attack of 9, defensive 5, the roll is 4 is what we need. The roll is 3, Tokyo with another successful attack, and his +1 plus his -2 is another -1. We roll, and another 1 point for Biker. Biker 1 this time. So all 3 bikers have been taking some damage here. The biker and his bike are one and the same. They're each considered taking 1 damage. So the ball is blown dead, and that's the end of that. And we now have to start with another ball roll. So ball fire. The ball fire is 3. It's a 10. The team that will go for it is again, Houston, and the catcher here will be C1 for both teams, and so C1 is his catch is a 2 plus 10 is 12, which is higher than 10. Houston gets the ball again and goes right back to Skater 6. That's Jonathan E, by the way. That's Moon Pie. That's Blue. No names in the cards for a couple of reasons. One, I'd have to make up 180 names for the 10 teams with 18 players. That wasn't something I wanted to do, even with a name generator. And the other reason is everybody would want to see Jonathan E. Everybody would want to see Moon Pie and Blue for sure, because those are the 3 guys that have names in the movies. But you can't do that because that's copyrighted material. So there's no point in doing that. So we go to the next sequence. The roll for Houston is a 6, another attack action. Move that down. The attack action, roll both. Attack action 7 and 0, so it's Skater 4 against Catcher 2. So attack 10, defense 3, the number is 7. Tokyo, and the roll is 10, so Houston wins this time. Houston wins the attack, and his hit of 0 and his -3 means a -3 on the roll. So it's going to be a 1 point. There's always 1 point of damage no matter what, so player number 9 takes a damage point. And we're back to the next action. It's lap 2 coming up. It's an 8. It's an attack action. And you say, well, Brian, there's a lot of attack actions here. Yeah, it's a 70% chance of an attack action, 20% scoring in the normal rules. Now, you are welcome to take these rules and say, you know what, I'm putting a little more scoring. Just change any of the attack actions to a scoring action. It'll boost your scoring and reduce your damage. But keep in mind, if you think about the movie itself, you didn't see a lot of scoring, but in the Madrid game, the final was 3-1. I believe the Tokyo game was 3-2, maybe 3-1 as well. So those are kind of hockey scores. So this will generate those kind of scores. If you read the story Rollerball Murder, one of the games is listed that Houston won 37-8. And so in that respect, you'd say, well, it shouldn't be high scoring. It can. You can increase the scoring by adding 1 or more attack scoring actions instead of an attack action. On the action charts here, the only thing I would say, if you do that, do not change the ones that say hit 1, hit +2, because those are the things that are designed to make damage hurt more, and they're designed to replicate the injury and death that happens in those two, the no penalty and no holds barred rules. So that's what we have. So it's another attack action. Let me make sure I got this right. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we're on the second lap. Second action. The attack action comes down. We're going to give this another go around and see if we can get a goal here at some point in time. It's catcher 2 for Tokyo, or this time Houston's on defense. Or no, Houston still has the ball. They just won the attack. So It's catcher 2, this player, attacking biker 3. So the attack is 8, the defense is 5, so the roll is 3. Tokyo needs a roll of 3 or less, and they don't get it, so Houston wins again. His hit of +2 with catcher 3's -1 means it's a +1 to the damage roll. Still winds up with 1 point. You can get 2 points. And so player number 5 for Tokyo takes a hit. And we're heading into lap 3. We roll for the action. It's a scoring action. There we go. So Houston, who has the ball, has Jonathan E. I know it doesn't say that, but it's number 6. We all know Jonathan. His score is 8. He needs an 8 or less to score the goal. And he gets a 2, and Houston is on the board. They score, and they lead 1-0 with a goal with 14 minutes left to go in the contest. So that's a playthrough of that. Now, you're not allowed to change the rules of the game. So when you go to these rules, if you say I'm going to play a normal game, you have to use this chart the whole game. This is for no penalties, limited substitutions. This is for no penalties, no substitutions. So we're going to play the next set of minutes off of this to show you how this gets a little more woolly as we go. Same damage out on the track. Everything's ready to go. We're going to fire a ball now. The ball speed is 11. The team that gets the ball will be the home team. It'll be Tokyo. Tokyo will have the ball, so we're going to put it over here first because that's where they can get it. Now, if the first catcher doesn't make it, then the second catcher goes. If they both miss it, the ball is refired again. We're going to check to see which catchers have it. Are going to go for it. There's a catcher chart here. 1 to 7's catcher 1. Tokyo's catcher 2 will try for it, and catcher 1 for Houston will try for it. So his catch is 1 plus 10 is 11. He makes it. He has it, and you notice he has a little arrow here to show that he passes to this player here, which is Tokyo number 6. In the movie, it's Tokyo number 8, the guy with the glasses and the headband. I just made it 6 because I made all the teams identical, just for simplicity's sake, and so you have kind of close matches. So now we're going to roll on the no rules thing. Notice now, under no rules, there's only one scoring action. And even then, you have to roll a 1 to 7 for a scoring action. So this is going to be, I wouldn't say brutal, but it's going to be bad. All right, so we're going to roll now for the attack action. It is an attack action with a hit +2. What that means is that after you apply the damage from the chart, you add 2 to it. We'll hopefully show you what that means. The attack is going to be, Tokyo has a ball. Houston's catcher 2 is attacking skater 2. That's this guy here. His attack is 8. His defense is 4. Houston wins on an attack of 4 or less. They roll a 10, so Tokyo wins the attack. All right. So the first thing is, when you are the attacker, you're the winning player. So he has a hit of +1. He has a thing of -1, so it's 0. So just roll for damage. The damage is 4, which is normally 1 injury point. We're going to add 2 injury points to it because it's a hit +2. It's a 3-point hit, and this player number 7, has to take a hit as the winning player. But the losing player, player number 5, takes 3 hits. 1, 2, 3. He's now on the red. Under normal rules, he would be eligible to be substituted. He cannot be substituted, so he's in trouble. As a matter of fact, he could get killed here, but he's still on the track. He's still fine. Everything's good. But now the penalty kicks in. Because this player caused a hit of damage worth more than 2 or more points, or put the player on the yellow dot or a red dot, or knock them off the track, they would serve a 3-minute penalty. But into the no rules scenario, he doesn't get penalized. There's no penalty here. So we go to lap 2. We're going to roll for another action. That action is an attack action. Oh, that's that there. The attack action. And we're going to try it. We're going to do this all over again. 7 against 3. Skater 4 for Houston. That's this guy. Going up against Biker 3. 9 versus 3, 6 or less for Houston to attack and win. He gets the attack. He has a +1. He has a -1. It's even up. We roll. It's a 5. It's 1 injury point. So Biker 3 gets an injury point. So Tokyo's got a few guys out there with some injuries. And because it was a valid attack under these rules, player number 7 for Houston takes a point. The idea of the winning player automatically getting a point in this situation is these battles, which if you watch the movie, from the get-go were life or death. Everybody on both teams knew exactly what the idea was. You could get away with anything, and you were literally going to get beaten up and perhaps killed. And so the idea is that if both people are fighting for their lives and they both know it, that you're going to create your own damage just trying to save your own life. In the regular game, when there's penalties, you could take a hit and know that the other guy would get penalized for it, and that's how you exact your revenge. So we're now ready for lap 3. By the way, at this point, I'm keeping track of time, but in the no rules, there is no time. It doesn't matter what the time is. The laps still matter. 3 laps, you have to do that. But so we'll roll for another action here. And this time it's 6. It's an attack action with a hit +1. And it will be Houston, Skater 1. That's Jonathan E. going against Skater 2. 10 versus 4. The roll is 6. Jonathan needs a 6 or less. He gets a 6. He has a +3. He has a -2, so it's a +1 to the damage. So he rolls and gets a 6. +1 is 7. Or 6. That's fine. It's a +1 is 2. It doesn't matter. So he's going to get 1 injury point for player 7. Plus another point because of the hit +1. And Jonathan E. takes a point. See, now the damage is starting to get up there. We'll put that just because I'm keeping track of it. This time it's another attack action. And this time it's going to be Skater 1, Jonathan E. Oh, the third lap there, so I have to fire another ball. Laps, you do have to keep track of the laps. Ball fired is a 12 is the number. The catchers going after it are both catcher 1, and it will go to the home team, that's Tokyo. He has a 2 + 10 is 12. He catches the ball, Tokyo has it, runs around again. Now we roll, and it's another attack action with actually 2 guys in the same box. It's Skater 4, both on each corner. 10 versus 3. 10 versus 3. 7 is the number for Houston. He rolls a 6. So he gets to attack with a +3 against the -3. So that's even up at 0. The roll is 10, which is 2 injury points. So player number 9, that's Moonpie, is going to, well, Moonpie never makes it to the final, but the guy that was Moonpie takes 1 point. He gets 2 points. There's no +1, so Skater number 9, 2 points. He's on the red. And we go to lap 2. And we go again. This time it's another attack action. And 6-5 will be Skater 3 against Skater 2. So Skater 3, Skater 2. 8 versus 4. 4 is what Houston needs. Houston gets a 3, so he attacks. +1 and -2, so it's a -1 to the die roll. 0 - 1 is 9, but it's still 2 injury points. So Skater 8 takes a point. Skater 7 takes 2 injury points. Okay, and that's where he goes off the rail. So 1, 2. With the first point that he's off the track, he's out of the game. He's injured. The second one gets him that's his 5th point. It's a 50-50 chance whether he lives or dies. The roll is 10, he dies. 7 dies. And he's out of the game. Now before the next turn, then, Tokyo can fill spots can fill some spots to make sure that the players that could score are here. But now we're going to lap 3. Tokyo still hasn't had a chance to score. Here's the last one. Another attack action. So they're just beating each other senseless here. 4 and 6 will be Skater 1. Jonathan E. attacking Skater 3, which is this guy here. 10 against 3, so it's a 7 is the number that Jonathan E. needs. He gets a 10, so Tokyo wins the attack. And it's a plus, that's his +3, his -3. So it's even 0-4. It's a 1-point injury. Jonathan E. takes a point. This guy takes a point. And he's now off the track, and he's just injured. But in this particular situation, he's out of the game anyway. And again, Tokyo will fill these spots on the track to try to get things going, and they will reset up that there'll be a tow there. A biker with a bike rating of 0 cannot tow anybody because it makes no sense. All right, so you got to fire another ball. And this time the ball fired is a 10. It will be fielded by Houston. And catcher 1 will have it. 2 + 1 is 12. He got it. He gets it to Jonathan E. It's 1-0 Houston, by the way, in this game. And you could continue on through 3 periods. So we'll try one more to see if we can get a big play. There it is. There's your scoring action. 0. It's on 0. Now it's a scoring action 1-7, which means I need to roll again. 70% chance of a scoring action. I get it. Jonathan E. is an 8. He's an 8. They're skating shorthanded, so it's a 9. And it's 10 is what he rolls. He misses the goal. Ouch. And the ball goes dead, and you'd have to re-roll the ball. So pretty much that's how you play rollerball. Now, I know folks are like, oh, that's a lot of dice rolling and all that stuff for, injury. Again, I designed it. I put together a game I thought would be interesting. I knew that it would involve a lot of attacking and all that other stuff. This is a chance for you to see what's under here where all the cards go. There's no one designated to be any of these, but only a biker can play here, only skaters can play here, and only catchers can play here. So you can put match symbol on the card to symbol on the thing, and you'll be fine. Just wanted to show how the game plays. And I am working on a fact deck for this that will actually make it go faster. So you're just flipping cards, and some folks really do like just flipping the cards because and I'll be honest, it is a little easier to do. But I hope that people will try it. And again, I say to you, if there's not enough scoring, if there's too many attacks, if you'd like to just say, how about instead of an attack all the time, let's have a couple that are just like no attack, no action. That's fine too. Once you get the game, you can modify these results the way you like. You could say scoring action, pass action, no action, and there you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 50% of the time you'll either be scoring, passing, or doing nothing, and the other 50% you'll be dealing with attacks. But you can see how the damage builds up, and that's where playing under the normal rules with substitutions allows you to substitute out those players before they have a problem. Of course, you're substituting with weaker players, and therefore you're going to have some other issues with team quality and stuff. But I like the game, and I hope that you'll like playing it as well. So there it is, the brand new Rollerball game, free of charge to you at Sports Board Games group on Facebook. Look under Files and search Rollerball Game, and you will find it there. As always, for the wide world of tabletop sports, life is nice when you're rolling dice, so says my friend Jeff Ring. And until next time, so long, everybody.